Welcome back to this channel, and I'm so excited to have you back. Today, I'm going to be sharing something that affects every one of us. Guess what it is? It is money. Money affects everyone. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you do. That you are rich, you are poor, you are young, you are old. Money affects us. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 25 money lessons I've learned along the way. 25 money lessons I've learned along the way. I was telling a friend recently that I did not come from a lot of money. Most of what I know about money right now are things I had to teach myself. The major thing I feel I learned about money growing up is extreme frugality, and you don't even have a choice. If you have very little available, it will be foolishness not to be able to manage the resources. That's the major lesson I'll say I learned about money while growing up. I had to teach myself a lot of other things about money. And in this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you those things I had to teach myself about money. The first thing is mindset is everything. Think about it. Mindset affects everything about us. And it's not just about money. It affects the type of career we choose. It affects what we do and why we do it. Some people can't apply for high-paying jobs because they have limiting mindsets that they won't be able to get it. And it is the same thing about money too. If you have limiting mindset about money, it affects how you spend, how much you make, how you invest your money. And that is why it is important for me to talk about this. Mindset is everything. For example, I used to believe that money is the root of all evil. And because I don't want to be an evil person, I had to restrict myself from a lot of things when it comes to money. Whereas it is the love of money that is the root of all evil. Money is not evil and is not good. It depends on who is handling the money. If a good person handles money, the good person will use it for all the costs. And if an evil person handles money, the evil person will use it for a wrong cause. So love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself. There are a lot of wrong mindsets people have about money. I'm going to be sharing some of them. Some people believe that I don't have enough to save. But you should have something to save. It doesn't matter what you earn, you have to try to save. So that's a wrong mindset to have the money. Some people have mindset of they have to keep up with others. That's a wrong mindset to have of money. Some people have the fear of losing everything they make. So because of that, they are afraid of investing. Some people believe that they can always earn better later, which affects how they approach their money. Some people have instant gratification mindset. I want it now. It means that they won't mind using credit when they shouldn't, because they have the mindset of instant gratification. Some people have scarcity mindset. Some people believe that there's no enough money in the world. That is scarcity mindset, not abundance mindset. All wrong mindset limits how much you can make and how wealthy you can become. If there's anything I'm going to advise you to do after watching this video, is that you should work on your money mindset. You should be intentional about upgrading how you think about money, especially if you've never learned about money. You should work on building positive mindset towards money. And it won't happen overnight. It takes constant practice. For example, if you believe money is the root of all evil, you can start telling yourself, money is not the root of all evil. Money is a tool. Money can be used for evil or for good. Because I'm a good man, I'm going to use my money for good. That's a switch in mindset. So work on building your mindset. The second lesson I've learned about money is that you can learn about money. You can learn about money. The same way you can learn medicine, you can learn law. You can also learn about money. Not everyone is privileged like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett started investing at 11. In fact, he bought his first real estate at 14. However, at 11, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about money, talk less of investing money. However, I had to learn. Beauty of life is that every one of us can learn, unlearn, and we can learn new things. We can unlearn wrong things we've learned, and we can relearn things. We can make things better. We can upgrade our knowledge. It doesn't matter where you are currently. Have the mindset or be willing to learn about money because you can, and it's easy to do these days. You can get books on money, you can listen to podcasts, you can attend money events, you can go to YouTube to learn about money. There are a lot of money content creators. You should focus on this channel because there will be a lot of money lessons on this channel too. You can learn about money. The more you learn about money, the better you become. So focus on learning about money because you can. For me, that did not come from a lot of money. I had a lot of learning to do, and you can too. It doesn't matter where you are currently. There's always more to know. There's always more to unlearn, and there's always more to relearn. So learn about money. The third lesson I've learned about money is that money journey is personal. It is peculiar to you, not to someone else, not to even your siblings. It is peculiar to you. One of my favorite footballers is Victor Osimhen. He's a Nigerian footballer. He currently earns 10 million euros per annum. Think about it. Most people will never make 10 million euros in their lifetime. So me comparing myself that don't even have 1 million euros to Victor Osimhen that earns 10 million euros per annum is frustration. It will lead me to frustration. It is foolishness for me to compare myself to someone like that. But that is an extreme example. Your friends are playing different money games. It differs. You should not even compare yourself to your friends. Some people have safety nets. Some people have people that can save them. So irrespective of what they do with their money, there's someone else to save them. There's someone else to support them. We are not from the same background. Some people are from richer background. Some people have black tax to pay. Some people don't. For example, Africans are known to send black tax as someone living in diaspora. Your British colleague doesn't have to do that. So if your friend is spending on vacation, is spending on or investing in risky asset class, maybe in crypto, you should always tell yourself that people are playing different games. You should always have that in your consciousness. Sing it as a song to yourself. We are not playing the same game. It is a me game. It is not we game. It is not about us. It is about your personal choice. So how you invest your money, how much you save, how much you spend, should not be based on what others are doing with their money. It should be based on your values. It should be based on your priorities. It should be based on your goals. So it is personal. Don't make it all about others. Save the right amount for you. Don't give because someone else is giving. Maybe someone else gives £50,000 and you feel because someone else gives £50,000, I'm going to do that. Or because a friend gets a nice car, which you might not afford, you go ahead and get the car. No, that is not how it's supposed to be. It is a me game, not a we game. Focus on yourself because money journey is personal. Yeah, the fourth lesson I learned is that risk appetite matters. How much risk can you afford to take? How much risk can you afford to take? It matters. Sometimes back, a friend reached out to me. He wanted to start a new business with a certain amount of money, a lot of money. He was newly married. He has been successful in one business. He was trying to diversify into something else. So he told me, I want to go into this business. I have this amount of money I want to use to invest in the business. And I had to tell him, you shouldn't do that. Take part of this money you have in mind and test the waters. Go all in yet. You are newly married. this might affect your marriage. And thankfully, listen to me, he lost all the money he used in testing the waters. It would have affected him badly if he had gone ahead to invest all those money, because at that stage of his life, he shouldn't be taking some risk like someone that is single. And that is it. Risk appetite matters. How much risk are you willing to take? That is why when people say that investing, it does not have a definite answer, because our risk appetite matters. What you can invest in should depend on your risk tolerance. There's low, medium risk, and there's high risk. If you can tolerate medium risk and you make high risk investment, it will affect you badly. If you can tolerate low risk and you take medium risk, it might affect you badly. So your risk tolerance matters. There are certain factors that affect our risk appetite. It could be the stage of our life. A single person will likely be able to take more risk than a married person with children. A single person can more risk someone approaching retirement. The level of experience or exposure matters too. The income level matters too. A high earner will likely be able to take more risk. Someone earning £200,000 per annum will likely be able to take more risk than someone earning £20,000. Some people have ended up in hospitalized. Some people even committed suicide because they took risk that is above their risk tolerance. So if there's anything I'm going to advise you to do today, is that pay attention to your risk tolerance. Don't neglect it. Don't take foolish risk. No, you shouldn't take foolish risk if you cannot afford to take one. Lastly, let me end with the story of Jesse Livermore. Livermore was a very smart investor. Unfortunately, he killed himself because he borrowed a huge sum of money and invested those money into the stock market. Unfortunately for him, the stock market crashed. He took a risk bigger than his risk tolerance. So don't take blind risk. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure because you took a risk that you should have avoided. So risk appetite matters. Learn from Jesse Livermore, who took risk beyond his capacity. Don't take foolish risk. Take risk within your risk appetite. Can you take those risks? Think about it very well. Let's move to the next step. Be careful of consumer debt. That's the fifth lesson. Money lessons are be careful of consumer debt. One of the reasons why people live paycheck to paycheck is of consumer debt. Debt is a very interesting topic. Personally, I believe that debt can be good and it can be bad, depending on what you use it for. If you use debt for production, it is good. But if you use debt for consumption, it is bad. Let me explain. If you use debt to increase your income, it's a good thing. Maybe use it to start a business, it's a good thing. If you use it for maybe mortgage, it's a good thing. But if you are using debt as a means of consumption, it's a bad thing. Like using debt, your credit card, to travel when you can't afford to travel, it is bad. Or using debt to buy nice watches, nice gadgets, when you cannot afford it, it is bad. It's okay to love nice things, but can you afford it? If you can't afford it, why don't you work on increasing your income till you can afford it rather than using consumer debt? People live paycheck to paycheck every month. Their money is gone because of consumer debt. That is not a healthy financial habit. You should focus more on using debt as a leverage, not as a tool to consume. It is okay for you to wait till you can afford it. Credit card loan, use it if you are not spending it on what matters. Payday loans, buy now, pay later. Don't use those initiatives on things that will add more debt to you. Use it for worthy cause. Use it for things that can produce more income for you. Use it for things that are assets. Don't use them blindly. Don't use debt unnecessarily. Beware, be careful. Run away from consumer debt. The sixth money lesson I've learned is not directly related to money, but it is one of the most crucial aspects of your money, and it is invest in yourself. The most important wealth creation tool is yourself. My first job after university, I was earning £20. That was 20,000 naira in Nigeria, but £20 equivalent in the UK. I was earning £20. The more I invest in myself, my income increased over the years. So the most important wealth creation tool is yourself. What are the skills you have currently? What are your plans to make it better? Because the more you become better, the more you are capable of making more money. And those income will now be used as a tool to invest, to do things that you really want for yourself. Don't joke with investing in yourself. Your income is often equated to your personal development. That is why you should pay attention to this channel, because there will be a lot of resources that will be shared on this channel. So please pay attention, invest in yourself. Your soft skills, your art skills, your public speaking skills, your networking skills, everything matters. Invest in yourself. That is how you become a better person. That is how you become someone capable of making more money. That is how you become someone capable of doing bigger things than you are currently. Wow, that is 6 lessons out of 25. So this will be the part 1 of the video. Watch out for part 2. I want to reach as many people as possible. Please, if you've not liked this video, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so right now. Hit the subscribe button. Let's reach out to more people. Share with your friends. Let them benefit from whatever it is you've learned also. And if you have any comments, what have you learned? What are you doing differently going forward? Let me know in the comment section. I'm so excited to have you here, and watch out for the next video. Thank you for joining me once again, and see you in the part 2 of the video.